imagine. It remains a very, very good FA Cup final. And Hatchin! What a magnificent goal!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live All Things Sky Blue YouTube show / podcast with myself and Mark Smith. We've got not one but two guests tonight, which I'll bring on very, very shortly. We've got Cameron Cairns as usual and Cov fan Rich Evans. Before I bring them on, I'm just going to get a bit of housekeeping out of the way. Our show is sponsored by Right Still Fabrications for all your fabrication needs across Coventry and the Warwickshire area. We're partnered with, shall I say, the Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery. Also, you can find us. We're also part of the Sports Social Podcast Network. Obviously, we're available, shall I say, on our usual social media channels on X, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Please like and subscribe to the All Things Sky Blue channel. That'd be much appreciated if you like our content. And lastly, we're sponsored by Sky and Friends Dog Walking and Pet Services. So with that all done, tonight's show, we're talking about the Watford game, 4-0. We're going to sort of have a quick chat about that. Cameron will be talking about the loan watch, the latest sort of actions with Coventry players that are out on loan with other clubs. And obviously, we'll talk about the awards due and obviously the parade. And obviously, this is your show as well. Give your comments about the parade. What was your experience like? It was absolutely fantastic event for me. It was brilliantly well organised. I thought the club deserved a huge amount of credit. But we'll talk more of that in detail as the show goes on. So let's bring our two guests, Cameron and Rich. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we doing?
All good, lads. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, good evening. Right, so let's kick off with let's sort of go back to Saturday. Rewind the clock back. Would love to live it again and enjoy it. And again, unfortunately, it only happens once, which is disappointing. But never mind. Let's talk about the Watford game. Before I go into the game, it was the first game we wore the brown kit. So I'll go to you, Rich. Are you a fan of the brown kit?
Always. It's iconic. Yeah. I was. Apparently, they wanted to wear it earlier, but Lampard said no until they won the league, apparently, in case it was unlucky. But yeah, it looked smart. Yeah, I thought it looked good. Yeah.
I looked at it and I thought, what the hell are they doing brown kit? But when I see it with the tinge of sky blue on it, I think it really grows on me. I think it's just quite stylish, actually.
I loved Frank's top on the bus. He had it on, didn't he, on the bus on Monday? Yeah, he looks. He can pull it off, can't he, Lampard? So it was good.
Yeah, I think he probably pull off in the bin bag. To be fair.
Yeah, he's just we just love him, don't we? Do you know what I mean? Who doesn't love Lampard? You know.
No, well, I think he is loved generally by the English public, not just the Coventry, the Cov public, the Cov nation. I think generally he's got a nice, affable way about him.
He's lovely. I mean, we went up to Blackburn away, and myself and my son Charlie, we stayed in the hotel. And as we come into the hotel, it was about 5 o'clock. The Cov bus was there, and they came out. Obviously, the players going to the Blackburn game, and we were at the end. So like Lampard walked to the front of the bus, and he come and had a photo with Charlie, and that. Yeah, he's just. Do you know what? He's just a nice bloke. You want to play football for him, wouldn't you? You know, I think that's the thing.
Yeah, and what sort of Cameron and I sort of touched on with Lampard is when he first took the job, the thing that he did well was he judged the mood of the public very, very quickly. He very quickly thanked Mark Robins for the job he did. And I think he's just got a very humble way about him, and people can really appreciate that. And as you say, a really nice bloke, very down to earth, and you wouldn't know he's had the career that he's had. I mean, he's possibly one of the most decorated English players, obviously without the international honours, but he's a fantastic guy.
Unbelievable to be top goal scorer, for Chelsea from the midfield as well. He won me loads of money back in the day. We always used to have on the Sunday we'd have Lampard, Gerrard, Fernando Torres, and then Canute. Do you know what I mean? Each way accumulators on first goal scorers on a Sunday. Yeah, he was great.
No, he was tops. Yeah, no, absolutely brilliant. Cam, what's your thoughts on the brown kit before we talk about the game?
I like it. It's a nice callback to obviously the time Jimmy Hill was chairman and we played in the brown kit. And I referred to it last time. There is a team that that play in brown as the home colours in Germany. That's St. Pauli.
Yes.
And like Coventry, they've been a perennial underdog who punch above their weight. And very the Bundesliga as we speak, fighting for their lives after surviving last year. And I'm like, Coventry, St. Pauli, we also played each other in pre-season. For
that's what I thought. That we
don't
played
remember.
the CBS.
And two very, very lovable clubs, two very lovable underdogs, and both some point this season have wore brown.
Is that a message then to Doug King? You might be listening, saying let's have it as a pre-season friendly. Then is that what you're saying?
St. Pauli are always welcome. To come.
We want Real Madrid now, don't we? We're going to be a big friendly. Yeah, who did he play for? Was it New York that Lampard played for? Wasn't it when he went?
He did.
He went to New York.
City.
We never know. We might get a pre-season friendly away in America, or a big club come here as well. Yeah, it's good.
I'm sure Jonah Fatcat will be there, as this is his territory as well. So, amongst others. Let's get back to the game. I think it's fair to say, Rich, I think you went to the game, I went to the game, a very, very dominant performance, apart from maybe 1-0, Watford had about 3 good chances. But other than that, it was just a great day out, wasn't it? The atmosphere was spot on, the chance about ex-players, which I thought was a great touch by the fans. But all in all, a brilliant day, wasn't it?
Oh, it's lovely to go back all over them old songs, 20 goals back of Yoko, McNulty, Kelly and Doyle, and it was a perfect day, wasn't it? The sun was shining, and it was just a complete performance again. The shackles were off, and I think as soon as we beaten, got the point at Blackburn, we just looked like a different team again. Well, we looked like the team we were at the start of the season, and just scoring goals for fun. I mean, Ellis, to score the hat-trick, but it just shows that there's a player in there. But when the pressure's off, he came to the forefront, didn't he? I think that's what some fans do get frustrated with him, there is an unbelievable player in there. And then Torp's goal, I mean, we were behind the goal, and it looked like it was going over, and the dip on it. He can hit a ball, and I think Torp will be fine in the old Premier League, definitely. He's one of the ones I think will shine in there.
Definitely, yeah. No, his set pieces, as displayed in the Wrexham game, was fantastic. He scored one against Oxford as well at their place. But I think he's definitely a player that will be an asset for us in the Premier League. Cameron, what's your thoughts on Ellis Sims? Because I'll give you my opinion on him. I said before the start of the game, I think we need to sell him because I didn't think he was Premier League quality. But obviously, he's made me eat my words for his performance on Saturday. Do you think Ellis Sims still has plenty to offer next season?
I think it's a difficult question, to be perfectly honest, because I think in the Premier League, I think Ellis Sims as your fourth choice striker is acceptable.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Cam. Definitely. Yeah, that was my thoughts as well. Yeah, that he would be someone there to have, as like you say, fourth choice. Yeah.
But at the same time, I think with the promotion, with him getting 14 goals in all competitions, bearing in mind he's only started, I'd say, roughly a third of those games. He might have a good bit of value to him. So I'm not saying move him on, but at the same time, if there's a good fee, I can imagine the club would also be tempted. So
how long's he got left? How long's he got left? It's supposed to be a year now. He's been there 3 years, hasn't he? They all had 4 years deals, didn't they? So that was his third season, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so. Go back to contract. Sorry, Cameron. I think Riot's got a year left. Sims. I think Thomas, Kitchen signed a new contract, and Milan signed a new contract. So
they all come in with the Jokeres and Heyman money, didn't they? Yeah, from memory. Yeah.
Sorry, Cam. You let it carry on.
Yeah. Regarding Sims, I think out of all the players in the squad, I think his future is possibly the hardest to read because I see pros and cons of both moving him on or keeping him around. And as for other players in the final year of the contract, Bobby Thomas on a new 4-year, 5-year deal. Get on with it, please, because he needs that new pay rise. He deserves it.
Yeah. He's Bobby Thomas for me. He's the best header of the ball at football club as well. He's absolutely. I mean, obviously we all know about the Blackburn goal, but before that, in his time with the club, he's always good at set pieces. He's always a guy that can score you important goals as well. But he's an excellent defender. Really our best defender.
Yeah.
But first goal, Sims header. I think it was a Grimes cross or Bidwell. I can't remember off the top of my head from the
Bidwell.
Yeah. What a ball in from old Jake. Yeah, bless him.
Yeah. And really good header. And I think with Sims, I think he's just a confident striker. Once he gets in the goals, he looks so much different. I think sometimes I feel like with chances he snatches at it a little bit. He hits it into Rosette a lot of the time, but when he gets it right, he's unstoppable.
Oh yeah, I mean his goal away at Middlesbrough. I mean, what a goal! And he scored a really similar one at Huddersfield Good Friday a few years ago as well. Just cuts in, and yeah, so he's got it in his locker, hasn't he? Without a doubt, yeah. So, but I think fans just get a little bit frustrated. But like you say, he hasn't really had great deal of chances this year. And then I think was it Portsmouth away? I mean that night he was unplayable. He was absolutely brilliant. I think we won 2-1 in the end. He won the ball for it and passed it through to Asante, and
that's right.
He just looks like a different animal sometimes. So depends which one turns up, doesn't it? But yeah, he's the jury's out on him, isn't it? So, but yeah, like you say, I think he's definitely decent as a backup. You wouldn't want to be going into the new season with him starting up front, I don't think. But yeah, definitely a squad player without a doubt.
But that second goal for me, I thought that was goal of the season before Torp scored that. Cameron, what was your thoughts on that one? Do you think? How do you rate that as goal of the season?
I even rate that more than Torp, and the reason I'm going to tell you why is because he did it in one touch. To do that technique with just one touch, with the ball being a lot more difficult to control, it's going at a larger pace, and to hit it perfectly into the top corner, that is just a strike and a half. Like, that's not me taking anything away from Torp's goal. I do think Torp's goal was a thing of beauty, and it's not the first time we've seen Torp do it. But I just think the first time strike, and for it to go perfectly in the top corner, 9 times out of 10, that's going into Rosette. So the technique to get that in the top corner is just absolutely superb. And I think, for me, that was the goal out of the 4 goals in that afternoon.
Yeah. Definitely the pick of the goals for me. It was just, as soon as that ball left his foot, it was in. It was no way that keeper was saving that. It was absolutely perfect shot. And to be fair, that goal, Rich, almost came against the run of play a bit, because I thought Watford probably had their best goal of the game.
I don't know what really happened with the goal when we cleared one off the line, didn't we? They hit the post. Yeah, it was all a bit kamikaze, and then the sucker punch again at the other end, and then that second goal went in, and then Watford, they didn't really have a sniff again then, did they, at all? But I think Sims to score the 3 there. I mean, what did he finish on? 14, 15 goals this season, was it, in the end?
It was 13 in the league, but bear in mind he's only started 15 times.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, the stats are there, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that, you feel a bit hard done by if he got moved on when you look at it like that. But but no, he has when he's on it, Ellis Sims, he's unstoppable. He's definitely a confidence player.
Yeah.
I think Hadji, on the other hand, has got more natural ability, and probably maybe better suited to the Premier League, Hadji, right? Because I think you'll see a step up from him, in my opinion. But Ellis Sims, I think the stats tell itself that he did have a reasonably good season. I just think sometimes he just looks really average, and other times he's world class. It's a strange player in that way.
I think, but like with Wright, I think Wright will turn up in the Premier League. I mean, the lads we stand with, the jury's really out on him. My mate Luke, he's not a fan of Hadji Wright at all. So when he bangs goals in for fun, I mean, the night against Middlesbrough, he was unplayable, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And that's, does he turn up on the big occasions? He does. And, so I think he came here to get into the Premier League, didn't he? We paid big money for him as well. Was it about 11 million altogether, wasn't it, with add-ons, I believe? So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And, if he goes into the World Cup as well, if he has a good World Cup, we might have to cash in. You never know.
Well, yeah, you never know. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what happens. Do you think Hadji Wright, Cam, do you think Hadji Wright will start for the US this World Cup? I know it's not really a confident rate question, but do you think his form this season may earn him a place in the starting 11 for them?
I think the fact now he's a Premier League striker, isn't he? So I think he will. Who else is in there? Who else is in the American team?
Hadji Wright for the US. You've got Josh Sargent following Balogun, and you've got Ricardo Pepi. He plays for PSV.
Yeah, I did. I love that Sargent. I'd have loved to have signed him, but he go back to Germany, didn't he? He left Norwich. Yeah, he was always a bit of a pain.
Toronto in the MLS.
Is that right? Yeah. He came from Germany, didn't he? That's right. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, top player. Yeah, but they got good side, didn't they? And they'll fancy their chances. The USA, they'll being on home soil, won't they?
Yeah, they're better than people might think they are. I mean, we couldn't beat them. I think in the last World Cup, from memory, I think we drew 0-0 to them. So
Yeah, it was 0-0. Yeah, awful game. Yeah.
Cameron enjoyed it 'cause he's Scottish, but anyway,
He's Scottish, Cam. Yeah, I'm half
Yeah.
Scottish. Do you know what I mean? But I do.
I mean,
follow England.
I'm not particularly fond of the Americans, so I wouldn't say I did, but I digress.
So let's go back to the Watford game. 3-0. Ellis Sims with another goal, gets his hat trick. This time, I wouldn't say almost a tap in, but he was there at the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
and
he took it well, didn't he? Yeah.
And then I was sitting. I don't know what your thoughts were, Richard. I knew we had about 96, 97. I was thinking, come on, let's get 3 more goals. Let's get to 100.
We won 7. Yeah, imagine getting the 100. But how have we scored 97 goals? It's unbelievable, isn't it? This season, I just think the dip in the middle was just. It sort of knocked the wind out of our sails, didn't it, massively? But the last 3 weeks again, I mean, some of the football, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? I just hope we can go up there and play with the freedom in the Premier League like that. But it's who stays, isn't it? Who stays and who goes. But I was so glad to see Jamie Allen get involved at the end there, and obviously he created the goal for Torp in the end, didn't he?
He did.
Winning the ball back, and I mean, I think back to when we first saw Jamie. I think from memory, it was like Bristol Rovers away it might even have been the FA Cup. I think we played them twice in quick succession. And I remember I could just still see him the first time I remember seeing his black and white kit. I think he might have scored that day. And that's a long time ago. And he's the only one that's still there, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Without doubt.
Ben Wilson might be the other one who's still there as well. He's probably been there since League One.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah, of course, yeah, he was, yeah. When did he? Yeah, because he played. I remember him playing against us. I want to say for Bradford, wasn't it?
Correct.
On the bank holiday Monday, I remember him playing in that. And then, of course, yeah. But he's had a good career with us. I mean, that season when he had obviously Fads in front of him, McNally, and who's the other lad that's at Wrexham now? Slips my mind. Doyle, yeah. And Hoyam as well. I mean, what a shame that was to lose him just to save the pitch. It's just crazy, isn't it? And that was recent times. That was what 3 seasons ago, 4 seasons ago. So it just shows where the club has gone, doesn't it? From where we've come from, it's been unbelievable, an unbelievable journey. And I don't think anyone begrudges it, does they? You know what I mean? So
no, it's been a great journey. I mean, I think it's, in my opinion, I think we'd all agree it's probably one of the best promotions. Bearing in mind we're the only team to go from League 2 or Division 4 to the top flight in two occasions.
Is that right? Yeah, I never knew that. Yeah.
When we got promoted to the top flight in '67, I think we were, back in Division 4 as it was back then.
Yeah.
And then we come from obviously recently from 2017 to 2026, we've come from League 2 to the Premier League. So that's
just
a fun fact.
Crazy to think about what we come from. But obviously, I followed them home and away, all the way down and back up again. And I think from obviously the Checker Trade win, that relegation that season, but from League 2 that season all the way up, we progressed every single season. Even the couple of seasons, we had a great first season in League 1 when we went back into it. We weren't a million miles away then. And then obviously to get the League 1 season at St Andrews. I mean, the football we were playing there was unreal. I mean, we lost one game there, didn't we? I think it was Tranmere on a wet Sunday lunchtime. Apart from that, we were brilliant at St Andrews. And then obviously the championship season hanging on in there. And people forget it's a Tyler Walker. I mean, I think he scored about 8 goals that season, didn't he? He kept us in the championship, really. And then Ostergaard. But yeah, I just think the connection between all them teams with the fans has been brilliant all the way. From League 2, you had McNulty, Doyle coming back. Obviously, I'll have to give a shout out to Peter Vincenti, I'm not a fan of at all, but my friend who'll probably be listening, Neil Jones, he loved Vincenti, not a massive fan. And then like the League One, you had Bakayoko scoring at Charlton, and it's just been an absolutely amazing journey. And obviously my lad, he started going when the League One relegation season, the second season under third, fourth season under Mowbray, and then Mark Venus. So yeah, all he really ever saw was protesting and flares on the pitch, and now it's flares to win the championship. So yeah, been just I can't get my head around it. I spoke to you this afternoon, but I think until them fixtures come out and you're watching Sky Sports News at night now, thinking we're going to be on here back pages tonight. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's good. It's exciting.
And one of the other things I want to say as well is, Cam, is obviously your generation, you haven't seen us in the Premier League. You know, obviously Rich and I have. How excited must you feel to see the mighty Cov back where we belong in the Premier League? It's
surreal because I've heard stories. I've watched old season reviews. The Premier League years, and the old VHS tapes that would have been recorded and put onto YouTube of like seasons in the Premier League. But it's not in person, so it's not quite the same. And knowing that my club is going to be up against the best of the best, who are on humongous budgets, we're gonna whatever our budget is going to be in Premier League is going to be pocket money to the majority of these clubs. But you know what? That's what makes it exciting. We're the underdog again. And we want to embrace the challenge, and as Rich called back to, we can appreciate the current players because they've done a brilliant job, but I think we also need to appreciate the players who have had before us, who before them. So your Michael Dawes, your Mark McNulty's, your Rob McDonald's, your Peter Vincenti.
I'm not having Vincenti. I'll have Rob McDonald. I'm happy with him, but I'm not having Vincenti. When he got injured, the whole season picked up. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you I'm going to shout him out because he actually continued playing. He actually suffered a PCL injury.
Yeah,
and he continued playing with that injury.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
You need to make friends with my friend Neil Jones because he loves him as well.
And although his injury eventually caused him to have a violent drop off in performance, but I remember seeing him at the Open Top Bus Parade. He was actually on crutches because of that injury.
That's right. He was at crutches at Wembley, I believe, wasn't it, in the playoff final? But again, what was that like? The playoff final, them goals at that end. It's just iconic, isn't it? The Shipley goal, Jordan Willis as well. I mean, what a player! I mean, he stuck with us as well, didn't he? You know, he was a top player. I think the way he left and obviously said he wanted to play in a high division, then goes to Sunderland in the same league, probably didn't go down too well, but they've got to deserve credit. I mean, that game was just a stalemate, and he bangs that goal in, and within 20 minutes we're 3-0 up, and we're on our way to League One. And it's been amazing, just so much fun. And even I think the one that really upset me, I mean, losing to Luton on penalties wasn't nice, but I just think the Man United semi-final that hurt, and that goal went in from top. I lost faith in football, and we've got all that VAR to come, haven't we, next season? So
all that exciting things. What's the biggest heartbreak of being a Coventry fan? Maybe is it just going to League Two? Is there a specific? Can you pinpoint one game or one event where you were heartbroken?
I think the lowest point for me was obviously the protesting. Probably was it Sheffield United, and the game getting stopped for like 10 minutes, and Sheffield United singing "We Want Sisu" in, and that was bad. Northampton away, that was a low point, losing 3-0 there again. The pigs on the pitch at Charlton, but but you still have a laugh, don't you? When we got relegated from League One, it was sort of inevitable that we were going to get relegated. But for me, I think that season of going down. But when they started, I think like people go back and say like Joyce Apala seen that crowd in the Checkatrade, didn't she? And they did invest some money, going to get McNulty, obviously bringing Doyle in, like you say, Rod McDonald, Vincenti. Jack Grimmer. I mean, we had a great little FA Cup run that season as well. People
Yeah.
forget that, but to beat Stoke and then MK Dons away, what a day that was. It was
Yeah.
about 6,000 of us there.
Yeah.
Max Biamu, what a man! You know,
Yeah.
met him so many times. He used to come and stand and talk to the crowd after the game and have
Yeah.
photos and just such a And it does. You look back on that, and without the likes of Biamu, I mean, when he Notts County away for me was probably still my favourite night. I think it was a night all our fortunes changed because I mean Notts County went out of the league, didn't they? For the following season, I believe. And had we not gone up that night, who knows what might have happened. But we hadn't even found our seats, and Biamu scores the overhead kick, and it was the other lads. Oh, it was the lad who scored the other goal. I can't think of his name now. The midfielder. Oh, great play on the night we went 4-2. Did he score 2 as well? McNulty got 1. Biamu got 1.
Tom Bayliss.
Tom Bayliss, yeah. Used to tweet him all the time.
Not County game.
Yeah. And they had 2 goals ruled offside, didn't they, that night? You know what I mean?
Biamu opened the scoring, then Sparky made it 2-0. They'd got one back. Then they'd scored a second, but it was wrongfully chalked off. But do we care?
That's right. Yeah.
And then Biamu got his third, and then Bayliss sealed the deal.
Yeah, the big one was we had the dubious penalty. We were 1-0 down at home in the first leg, and then we got a penalty from nothing, didn't we? Late on, and I think McNulty scored it. Yeah, but they were great days. It was brilliant. And then getting back into League One, you had like Brighton, Enabakari, Bakayoko. Was it Luke Thomas on loan? And it's just some and the football was great. And Mark Robbins, and fair play to Lampard. He gave him his place, didn't he? And Mark Robbins, I mean, what a dignified, speech he made about Coventry. What a top man. And we were all sad when he went. But he was, brilliant.
I guess on Robbins, is there a case where he might get a statue? I know it's maybe in the years, maybe the next say 10 years. Do you think the man deserves a statue for the job?
100%. 100%. He did that on a shoestring, didn't he? And he got taken away from the ground. He went to St Andrews, but he kept that connection with the fans on side, and that was always there. And Dave Boddy, I mean, I remember we were at St Andrews one night. I think we played Rotherham just before the pandemic. I want to say we drew 2-2. It was a midweek game. It might have been one of the last ones. I think the game before Ipswich away when we won 1-0. And I remember standing talking to Dave Boddy for about 10 minutes, and he was just he was a nice guy as well. They were up against it, weren't they? But yeah, the club obviously that relationship, he started to build that, and he built the gates back up as well. We were getting bigger and bigger crowds, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. Just an unbelievable, and he should get his statue. Yeah, definitely. Along with Bakayoko for his 2 goals away at Charlton.
I was there. Yeah, that was incredible.
What a day! We were awful that day, and it was wet. And
it was
wet. Was it Lyle Taylor? The lad who scored the penalty, didn't he?
He was winding the crowd.
Oh, it was bad. And then that goal went in and back. I always remember my mate Andy Bridge, he was there. It was 1-0 and we scored. And he goes, "We're going to win this." And then that goal went in there. Yeah. And they were great times, They were like legendary days, without a doubt, with the club. Yeah.
I think the only good thing I could think about in them days is that you could try and get your 92 clubs. Watching Coventry play, you can almost, if you want to, get everything all done. Because you can't say. I think one of my mates, Jeff, who has been on the show before, has almost done watching Coventry away in every game 92 clubs.
Has he? Yeah.
He's on about 84, 85, I'm going to say.
Fair play to him. I think I'm on about 67 now. But they keep dropping out, don't they? Like Rochdale have gone down. Is it Barnet as well? Yeah, they're coming back in and out. And so I've got a few. I've done a few Premier League ones, obviously watching them. I didn't do it. Obviously, I was young when we were in the Premier League, so you couldn't really afford to do the away days at the time.
No.
But it'd be nice to tick off a few more grounds next season. It's just when the kickoff times are going to be. That'll be the big thing, won't it? But loads in London, so looking forward to that. Yeah. But it's going to be some summer, isn't it? And who's you bring in? There's going to be some big changes, isn't there? You're going to bring, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 players in. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to need. Me personally, if I'm Frank Lampard, I want another left back. I want competition with Jada Silva.
Yeah, I think right back we're all right, aren't we? Right back.
Yeah,
I'm happy with Van Aert. I like Kessler Hayden.
Kessler Hayden was fantastic in that Watford game. I've got to say,
Yeah,
he was brilliant.
it was.
I thought he was great defensively, good going forward. He's got to be one of the most unluckiest players this season for us. You know, when you've got Milan in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, he for me was outstanding, and
he was Preston player of the season, wasn't he, last year? When he was on London,
could he play left back though, Kessler Hayden? I mean, he never gets played there, but is he an option at left back? I don't think he is. I think right back is his strongest position.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want that
in the Championship. In the Championship, I think you get away with it, but I don't think you do in the Premier League.
No, I agree with that. I think you need no left back. I'm going to be slightly. I don't know if it's controversial. I would move Kitchen on. I know he signed a contract, but I think he makes too many mistakes. I think Bobby Thomas has to get him out of jail all the time. I think he makes, even at Championship level, he makes too many mistakes. But I think at the next level, I can't imagine him against Haaland or someone like that.
He will. He'll knock Haaland out. He will. That's what he'll be famous for. VAR and Kitchen might not mix. Do you know what I mean? That's my worry. No. But I love him. I think he's a good, honest player. You know, without a doubt. And controversially, I personally think Bobby Thomas makes a lot of mistakes, and I think he's a bit of a liability at times. And that's just my honest opinion. If I'm honest with you, I think we definitely need another centre half. Someone experienced, 27, 28, knows the league. You know, you need that spine of the team, don't you? And obviously, starting with a keeper. Will Rushworth sign? That's the question.
Well, that's the question that Sky Blue Sam's asked. Is Rushworth signing? I mean, everyone's chanting sign the contract. We're singing sign the contract, and the awards do.
Yeah.
I'm confident he's going to sign for us. What's your thoughts, gentlemen?
I think he will, yeah. I do. I'd like to think he's had a great season. He's loved, isn't he? You know, the fans love him. And I think he probably saved us 20 points this season, didn't he? He's worth that all day long. And I think without him, we might have just been top 6. So some of the saves he makes, he's unreal to watch. I mean, the best one I saw was, I think it was QPR away. And we were right behind the goal looking down on it. We lost that game 2-1. And I don't know, for some reason, Bobby Thomas stopped and the striker carried on and he's headed it and he scooped it from under the bar. And it was just the most unbelievable. And he was going the wrong way. And when you watch that, you think, and he's gonna be the number 1, isn't he? If he goes somewhere else in the Premier League, is he going to be the first choice? I doubt it.
No. Cam?
I'm not in the know. I know absolutely nothing, but yes.
Yeah. I think he signs. I'm very confident.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident. I think the best save I'm going to say is the Ipswich game where he pushed onto the bar.
Yeah.
I remember that game. That was a top save as well. But I think it was the correct decision by the fans, by the players to vote him player of the season, because I think, with great respect to Ben Wilson, who I think is a brilliant guy, I don't think we get top 2 if Ben Wilson's in goal, or even possibly Dovin. I rate Rushworth is such an important signing for the club, along with Grimes from previous season and Onyeka, towards the end of the season. They were massive signings. Yeah.
Onyeka coming in against Middlesbrough that night was that he just broke the lines, didn't he? We just couldn't. He was just absolutely everywhere, and he was the guy. Them both January signings, weren't they? I mean, obviously Grimes was permanent. Do you think Onyeka will sign up? There's probably a deal in there, isn't there?
I think he signs. Yeah, I think it's in the deal. I think it's a done deal.
It's an obligation, so he'll be signing.
And what about Esse? Is he? We're not obliged to sign him, are we?
No, I think that's just a straight loan deal.
Yeah. The other lad from Tottenham, what happened there with that one, Cameron? Because he only played 2 games, didn't he? I think the FA Cup game, and it hasn't worked out for him at all.
I didn't see much. I didn't see enough of him to really have an opinion, because he was at Portsmouth. He didn't always start, but I remember when he was at Portsmouth, he scored a lot of important goals in really close games, which won a good few points. Then obviously he come here and then shortly after signing, we signed Marcelo from Zurich, and although Marcelo wasn't fully fit, he was clearly preferred to Yang. So it's a weird one because I think there's something about Yang if we were happy to bring him through the door, but
he looked all right against Stoke in the
yeah.
FA Cup in the first half. He looked a bit of a threat, but yeah, he just didn't get in at all. And Esse, I mean, he did score a couple of goals, Esse, to be fair, didn't he, as well? And a bit of a luxury player, though, isn't he? I wouldn't go out my way to spend 20 million on him. Put it that way.
No,
I think Esse needs to have another year in the Championship.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just, I don't know, he's just trying little flicks and things. Yeah, it's all right when it comes off, but it just wasn't coming off at times and giving the ball away. And for me, he just doesn't work hard enough either. That's I don't care anyone's ability, but if you work hard, but yeah, he just didn't have that work ethic for me.
I think he's a good player for say 2 or 3 years time, but I don't think he's a good player for what we want right now. I think he's got raw talent. I mean, some of the goals he scored, the Norwich game, I thought that was a really good strike. Comes to mind, really good goal. I think he scored against his old club Millwall as well.
He went over to the away fans, didn't he?
Yeah.
Celebrated in front of them.
Yeah,
so I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous thing to do against Millwall, though, isn't it? To be honest.
Yeah, I suppose we wouldn't like it. It was Callum Hare doing it to us, but you know.
No. We didn't sing his song, did they?
Well, they did, but not in a complimentary way.
Yeah. O'Hare was brilliant for us, wasn't he? What a player! Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's it is a shame. Would you take Gus back? Would you take Gus and O'Hare back?
No.
Wouldn't you?
No. Well, what you got to ask yourself is, are they better than what we've got at the moment? Is the question.
Gus, yeah, maybe Gus 2 years ago. I'm not sure now. Yeah,
I think Gus has the talent to be more than good enough, but he is also chronically unfit.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah. But them two, they ran the show at Sheffield United away for 60 minutes, didn't they? They caused absolute chaos for us, and then we come up with the big goals with Donny and stuff. But yeah, I like Gus. I think he's probably probably my favourite out of the most recent time players, without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think the way when I went to the end of season do a few years ago, and I met Hamer and that, everyone just mingled, they chatted. It was a really good connection.
Oh, it was great, Matt. Yeah, I remember going the first year, and I think I think we were dancing with Dabo. You were having pictures with, like you say, I've still got pictures with Gus, even Gyökeres. It was unreal, that one. Then the second year, you could see it was getting a little bit more corporate-y, and then this time, I didn't go this time, but some of the feedback I've had, it was the players were sort of there, and then they went, didn't they? Yeah,
correct. That is correct. Yeah. It's a shame, really, because when you pay that amount of money, you do kind of expect, the players to. In fairness, from what I've been reading on social media, I don't necessarily think it was down to the players. I think it sounds like the club decision to do that. I don't want to sort of lambast the players for that. But all I would say is it was a shame, because a lot of fans were disappointed that, particularly in a season we've won the Championship, that we couldn't have the opportunity to have enough time to get things signed and photos taken, etc. It was a shame. But that's not. I don't want to sort of a dampener of a show. I want to have a good show and positive show.
Yeah, I mean, but it's the way it's going, isn't it? Like you touched on when I spoke to you earlier, Matt. That, they're going to be superstars now. Some of them players are going into the Premier League, and it's the way the club's gone, and the investment's there, isn't it? And we're being run by a businessman, and it's. And he's a shrewd, clever businessman. Look what he's done. The price of season tickets and stuff have gone up. I mean, at one time in the Championship, I think for me and my lad, we were paying 250 quid. It's not enough. Do you know what I mean? In that respect, And the good thing is, obviously, things have gone up, and now I think the investment's been on the pitch as well, hasn't it? And we've seen that. So you don't mind. And we've been entertained, haven't we?
We've been entertained, and Doug King played a masterstroke with the season ticket for, if you pay your £500 over 5 years, the Premier League season ticket.
Yeah.
And obviously, with you and I kind of benefit from that. So he's done a hell of a lot more good things than bad things. Let me tell you, with Doug King, I think he's done
100%.
an incredible job getting the ground as well. he got Cecil out like he said he would, as the chant goes. And he's, I love Doug King. I think he's a brilliant chairman for the football.
He's loving it now. He's becoming a rock star, isn't he? He was loving that bus the other day. He was.
Oh yeah. I'll hold that thought because I want to go to Loan Watch and then we'll go back to the party and parade stuff. So Cameron, Loan Watch.
Yeah. So to start off with, Riley Siddle and Mackenzie Stretton competed in the Southern League Premier South Division playoff final against Farnham Town. Siddle came on in the 73rd minute. Mackenzie Stretton came on in added time. Unfortunately, it was heartbreak for Gloucester City as they did lose 5-1 to Farnham Town. However, I hope that the two young lads don't take it too badly. It's a learning curve. You made a playoff final. You both did well. There are bigger games and brighter loan spells ahead. They are really good learning curves. I think setbacks are just as important as a win. Secondly, I'm going to touch on Norman Bissett because he's spent the season on loan at Kaiserslautern. So a German journalist who works for the German wing of Sky Sports, Florian Plettenberg, he's reported that Kaiserslautern want to sign Bissett on a permanent deal, but due to them not being in the Bundesliga next season, they're going to remain in the second tier. The asking fee is too high for Kaiserslautern for their liking. It's just not financially viable. So there's negotiations going in place between Coventry and Kaiserslautern to lower that price. And finally, Callum Parry completed the full 90 minutes to get for Rochdale as they beat Scunthorpe United 2-1 in the National League playoff semi-final. And this Sunday, Rochdale play Boreham Wood in the National League playoff final. Callum Parry is going to Wembley. If Rochdale win, Rochdale are back in the Football League. And with the season they've had, they more than deserve it. They've been absolutely fantastic.
It's an absolute travesty, isn't it, that they didn't come up. Was it 105 points or something? Yeah. Unbelievable, that one. So
as for Callum Parry, I think regardless of what happens on Sunday, I genuinely think he'll bypass League Two and get a League One loan. I've watched him multiple times for Rochdale this season and in the under-23s, and I've even saw him against Real Betis. The bloke is an absolute Rolls Royce. He's a Rolls Royce of a defender.
How old is he, Cal?
I believe he's 21, 22. So yeah, he's still really young, and I personally think next season we loan him to a League One side, say Peterborough, for example, because we've got a really good relationship with their chairman. Maybe loan him there for the season, put a recall clause in, possibly, because I genuinely think we could see a situation where he does so well in League One, he spends the final 6 months of next season in the Championship. I really rate him that highly. I think the only thing he was missing was just senior experience, and maybe that was why clubs were initially hesitant. But now he's got senior experience under his belt. I think clubs would love to have him. He's just an absolute Rolls Royce of a player.
Brilliant.
Is he a kind of player? Let's suppose we were still a Championship club. Is he a kind of player that he could have made that step up maybe next season? Obviously, the Premier League is a massive step up, or is he sort of League One level right now?
I think he could have, genuinely. I had a conversation, I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but we've heard of Callum Mosley. He does a lot of work on non-league.
Yeah.
And we both come to an agreement that if we weren't a promotion chasing club, say we're like just mid-table, we weren't going up nor going down, I think we would have seen a lot of Perry in the second half of this season. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen a lot of him, to be honest, but from what you're telling me, he sounds like a real prospect. So, I think probably for his development and his education, he probably needs a season in sort of League One, and hopefully he'll kick on. But
what about bringing Big Norm back? Come on, Bissett. I like Bissett. He's a character, isn't he? He's trouble.
He's trouble, but is he Premier League trouble? Is he called defender?
He make you laugh, though. He is funny, isn't he? You got to give him his due. I was touching on when that ball didn't go out at Tottenham, and he's giving it all that to Block 14. Yeah. And then the Sheffield United, I like him. He's raw, isn't he? He's I don't know if he's Premier League, but he might have grown up, mightn't he? You never know.
I love me a prospect. Like I love me a Maverick. I love me a Maverick. Norman Bissett, love him or hate him. He's definitely going to show you something, whether that's something on the pitch, whether good or bad, or a bit of attitude on the pitch, and he's just just trying to get into the heads of opposition players. That being said, like a Maverick, because I love Giovanni Castagnetti to bits, and I was really, really sad it didn't work out.
And he got sent off at Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And
Absolutely
and
brilliant.
I see a lot of Castaneer in Beset, really, just obviously a fair bit younger and minus having like being partially blind. But I think Europe is a better stage for Norman to grow and develop. I think with a personality like his, I think coaches in Europe are also better equipped to deal with personalities like Norman. And I think going to Kaiserslautern permanently would be in his best interest. Kaiserslautern, for those who don't follow German football, they're not in the top flight in a minute, but they are a juggernaut of a football club. They're a huge, huge football club. He seems very happy to be there. They seem really happy to have him. The fans seem to like him. So hopefully we can make that deal for him, because I want him to find somewhere to succeed, because he might have quote unquote attitude problems, but he's also a young lad. He needs time to grow up, and I think it might be easy for him to do that if he's away from the English media.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I tend to agree with that. I don't think he's ready for I don't think he's Premier League class, but I think he'll have a good career abroad, definitely. Right, I'm going to get to move on to the next question about Monday. Just going to fast forward to Monday. What was your favourite part of the day on Monday? I'll go to you, Rich. What was your favourite part?
Unbelievable day. So my office, Evans Estates on Beak Avenue, the corner there. So the bus came literally straight past us, and so we got a few beers in. The missus and my mum did some sausage batches and got cakes for the kids and stuff. Yeah, just an absolutely unbelievable day. What an atmosphere! We got there about 11 o'clock. Hanging a little bit of bunting and all that up outside, and then people coming past, popping horns, and yeah, it was the only thing like that. And the sun weren't shining, was it? But it was
No.
unbelievable when that bus came past. Yeah, it doesn't sink in really, does it? It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, just a special day that I think everyone will remember forever. And even if you weren't, there's people that weren't even football fans, the little ones, but they'll remember it, won't they? Like in 1987, I remember obviously Coventry in the FA Cup, and I loved football. I was 9 at the time. And I remember when we went to Broadgate, and my mum took us down there, me and my brother and sister. And when the bus came in, it was like a crush. I remember getting lifted up and passed through the windows of the council house. Yeah, my brother and sister crying. Yeah, it was. So that always stuck with me. And obviously the blue in the fountain and things at the Belgrade on the Saturday night. So yeah, you're going to remember it, and it's just going to entice people even more to want to come and watch Coventry City. We're going to have to build a second tier, aren't we?
I think if Doug's listening to this, I think we need to extend that ground. So
100%.
If any of the clubs listen to this, that's what we're asking for. But Cam, I tell you what, it was so great that Coventry City made the national news. It obviously made the local news, of course, made the national news. That for me is a massive thing for the city. I just felt, Cam, the whole city came together as one. Literally, it was just a sea of sky blue. I mean, walking towards the Moore Memorial was just sky blue everywhere. Everywhere was congratulations Coventry on road signs, the whole lot. It was just absolutely fantastic day, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Absolutely. I've always viewed Coventry City as we are very much us against the world fan base. We've had to face so much adversity over the years. It's like everything's going against us. Everything's not going our way. But you know what? We scratched and we clawed out of the doldrums. We went back up the leagues with minimal backing. We then got liberated. I'm going to say that, liberated by Doug King. He's helped us. He's invested not only on the pitch and in terms of but off the pitch. He's bought CBS. He's improved facilities at Brighton, because for those who don't know, Brighton was that much of a tip. There'd be that many proposed signings. They'd just have one look at Brighton pitch. I'm like, no, this is not for me. And to be honest, when there were players constantly getting their ACLs torn apart on that pitch, case in point, Wesley Chapello.
Yeah.
Could you blame them? We had a lot of injuries up there. But I mean, my lads at the academy, Charlie's been at the academy since he was 6, and he's 13 now. And you can see in that time the investment in the academy with the coaches, more coaches, the kit, even like the offices have been done out of the Alan Higgs and stuff. So you can just see the whole club is on the right trajectory, and it is brilliant across the board. And that's the most important thing. So we might be able to buy Leicester's training ground, mightn't we? Because they're going to need to sell it by the looks of things.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
How funny is that? It's just brilliant, isn't it? Just Can it get any better?
All we've got to do now is win the league and win a cup, and Leicester go down to League Two to try and match them. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? Just imagine. Can you imagine like there's 50,000 people there to get to the Premier League? Imagine if something unbelievable happened, we won the league. I mean, it's probably never going to happen in our lifetime.
Matt, we're going to Europe. We're going to Europe.
You're convinced, aren't you?
It's going to happen. We were cheated out of Europe in 1987.
We were. Yeah, Heisel, wasn't it?
It's all coming back. It's all coming back round. It's karma, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to explain getting on a bus on a Tuesday morning at the Crossman and not coming home until Saturday. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah.
I can't wait for the 27-28 season where all the COD fans are going to have to explain to their wives why they're spending a Thursday night in Kazakhstan watching Coventry play Astana in a Conference League game.
Can you imagine it though? Can you imagine how many we'd take? It would just be like to go to Europe. I've done England. I did the Euros in 2024, and that was unbelievable. But to do it with Coventry would just be life complete. That is, definitely.
Because the only time we played in Europe was on the pre-season tours, wasn't it? We played in Germany. I think there was one pre-season.
I was all Germany. I'd been in Germany like that summer, so I didn't go to that friendly. But they reckon it was a great day, wasn't it? Yeah. So, but hopefully we'll get a good pre-season somewhere. This year with a bit of luck, because it'll be a mini spinner, won't it?
I want an Old Firm team at the CBS this summer.
Yeah. Because we played Rangers, didn't we, in the friendly behind closed doors at Ibrox? Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, to play Celtic down here or go even up there? Yeah, Celtic, Rangers, or Hearts.
Hearts, because if you look at what they're doing, I think now it's very much their title to lose.
Yeah, it's tight, isn't it, the old Scottish League at the minute? Yeah,
would be a major upset if Hearts won the league, and it'd be good to see, because I think Aberdeen are the last side to win it, so not Old Firm. I think
in 1985. Not to mention this weekend, I know we're digressing a bit, everyone, so we apologise for a bit, but this Sunday you've got the Old Firm. If they take points off each other, bearing in mind that the day before Hearts have got to play Motherwell. If Hearts win the day before and then the Old Firm take points off each other, Hearts are in a wonderful position.
Madness.
I thought one of the really great touches on Monday was Liam Kelly being there to present the trophy. That was an absolutely fantastic touch by the club, wasn't it?
Absolutely, that was really humbling, to see that, and that's just the mark of the respect, that the club have got for the past players. But Kelly, what a player for us, brilliant, wasn't he? Week in, week out, he never let us down, did he?
Right.
He was. Great captain. Very similar to Grimes in personality as well, I think, quite humble, and that was a lovely touch to bring him out, especially with the trophy as well. So credit. They got it right, didn't they? The club have got it right, unbelievably, to be fair.
Yeah. I think Mark Hornby deserves a lot of credit for that organisation. So I think he did a really good job. I think my only slight whinge, I guess, was that the Wi-Fi was or the mobile signals were rubbish in terms of meeting up with people, but that's a very, very, very minor criticism. But overall, an absolutely fantastic day. Cam, what was your? I know you was at the parade, weren't you? What was your experiences there?
Yeah, it was just surreal. Like, I've seen an open top bus parade before. When we won the League Two playoffs, and I was by the Earl Mercia Wetherspoons that day. And obviously, this time around, they didn't have it in the city centre. They had it, just around the streets of Coventry before we got to the Memorial Park. I was stood at the Craftsman, because it's not too far from where I live. So I was just stood there. It was just absolutely surreal seeing that bus. It was quite a funny story, because we were expecting the players' bus to be first, but it wasn't. It was all the journalists. And when we realised it was a journalist, they just got booed. He's got booed and called names. I'm like, okay, this is really mean, but we expect you to be the player. We expected you to be the player, so please move along. And then the players came, and it just absolutely erupted.
Yeah. I've also got to commend CWR. I think they do a really good job covering Coventry City on the radio. I think they, hats off to people like Rob Gurney, Will, Lorna Bailey, etc. I think they do a great job.
Oggy's the man, isn't he? Talks sense, doesn't he? Old Oggy,
how can I forget Oggy?
Yeah.
Shocking. But and some might say Danny Fox as well. I think he did a good job on comments
Yeah,
as well.
without a doubt.
But no, it was a great day. I thought the music was really good. I liked Grennan. I thought Grennan was fantastic personally. But it was just, it's a day that you have to really savor, isn't it? Because you don't know when this is going to happen again. And I think I've been on cloud nine. I think we've all been on cloud nine for the last 2 weeks. So it's been, an eternity. I mean, when you think about it, going to the Blackburn game, let's just rewind a little bit back. We knew we were up anyway, but it was just the fact that we got that goal, we won, we got promoted. I mean, it's like there's still 2 or 3 games to go, isn't there? And it's just that lovely feeling of being happy, going to a game and just relaxing and not even thinking about losing, because we know we're up, we've done it, and it's just wonderful.
I think the Blackburn night, when you're actually there and then you watch it back, and then because when you were there that night, it was surreal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, it was done, but again, being 1-0 down and just to come away and lost that night would have been awful. But then the Portsmouth game, that was just an absolute celebration as well. And then obviously the Wrexham game. Did we have an away game in between that? Did we? No, I can't think now. Who did we have? We had
2 home games in Watford.
2 home games, yeah, and then the Watford away, yeah. But yeah, it's just been unbelievable, to the point on Saturday, on Monday, where I said to my lad, I think this is the 4th celebration we've had now. I'm all coming out. Obviously, you had Blackburn, then obviously Portsmouth, Wrexham, and then Watford, and then that. And you're like, right, okay, yeah. So, but yeah, it is still surreal. I don't think he's sunk in at all. Not at all. I think he'll sink in tomorrow when Lampard goes to Chelsea. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that won't happen. Yeah.
No. But what I loved about that was Lampard with his can of Stella on his hand, with the brown jacket.
He's still lots of big beers, yeah. And I genuinely, money talks at the end of the day, but I genuinely think he will stay here. Definitely, he'll want that season in the Premier League with us, And everyone talks about, but will he be the next England manager?
I think he's got to keep us up. I think that's the first thing. He needs to settle. He needs to do. There's still work to do, and as amazing as the season's been, I feel like if we go down, it'll feel like a waste. So it's great that we've got there after 25 years, but now we've got to focus on. Well, obviously not now, but in the coming months, we've got to then look at who we can bring into strength from this squad, and obviously he's got to make decisions about other players' futures. So there's going to be a lot of comings and goings, I'm sure, in the next.
Are we going to do an episode on the day the retain list comes out?
We can do, yeah, absolutely.
I'll do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if Jamie Allen is on that retain list, I definitely want to be sending out a very heartfelt message, because what a send off he would have had if Watford was his final game for the club.
I think it was 200 appearance as well, wasn't it? Exactly 200. Yes. That's the shirt. So yeah, no, I agree.
Brilliant. He's been, what a servant to the club, and just a good, honest player, and he works hard. Yeah. But it'd be great to see him in the Premier League. Imagine it, Jamie Allen bossing the Premier League. You never know. But we thought he was going to go 3-4 years ago to Rotherham, and he didn't.
No,
he might stay. Yeah, and Jake Bidwell as well. He's been great for us, hasn't he? I mean, that day at Bristol City away when we were down to 10 men and he come on. Obviously we went 2-0 up, but he was colossal that day. Yeah, we just defended, didn't we? And they're big points. That was a big win. That was Bristol City away. I think we started to believe again then when that sending off at 1-0 up and then Haji Wright scores the goal. That was the day I started to think, yeah, this is going to happen. Yeah.
I think Sheffield United away as well. We were 1-0 down, and we showed character and a bit of balls to fight back and win. That wasn't an easy game, and I thought we were fantastic. I think Middlesbrough game for me was the turning point in my mind. Yeah. I think that gave us that belief, and Onyeka signing was crucial. Up until then, I was a bit pessimistic because we just lacked.
It was them 4 games, Mark, wasn't it? It was the 4 games. Obviously, it was. Middlesbrough, West Brom away, Sheffield United away, and Stoke at home. I would have took 4 draws there. But to win all four of them. That was when we won it. You know, everyone else is looking at that and thinking, yeah, because I don't know, I haven't seen win at West Brom since, I think, was it Bob Taylor scored for West Brom, and then we scored two late goals in the FA Cup replay. That was about 93, I think. And then Sheffield United, I've never seen us win there. I think I've seen us score there once in 6 times to win that. And then the late goal against Stoke. I mean, Ellis Sims again, didn't he? Went with the keeper, then Radoni slots that one in. And Middlesbrough had you right. And to pick up 12 points, I think, we got into second that night. We were second place, weren't we, when we played Middlesbrough?
Correct. That's right. Yeah, they were 2 points ahead of us. Yeah.
That was when it was won, I think. Yeah. You know, psychologically, but been brilliant.
And I think it was nice that we won the league and we didn't have COVID, because obviously the League One season there was the COVID season, and obviously we didn't
win that at Blackpool. It was timing that we were gone to Blackpool that day and maybe win the league. I've still got my tickets for, I think it was it Accrington and Shrewsbury, I think. I had my away tickets. Obviously got a refund on the tickets, but I've still got the full tickets for them somewhere. So but that was it. Ipswich, that day we came out, I said to my lad, we're going to win the league. And we did. That was the day we won it. And that was a great day. Yeah, great day.
Yeah, I think that was that. I know Matty Godden scored maybe 2 goals. I want to say that game. I think it was 2-0.
It was a 1-0 win. Matty Godden.
We were winning all their games. We beat Sunderland 1-0. I think we beat Portsmouth 1-0. We beat obviously Ipswich 1-0. It was just, we were just grinding out, and we just looked unstoppable, didn't we? You know, again, great times. Yeah, it's just a shame, obviously, with COVID coming, but all part and parcel.
Yeah, all part and parcel. But I've said this previously in the show, I think things happen for a reason, and I think our promotion has happened for a reason. We're in a position now where we've got a ground, an asset we own with the ground. We've got a good training ground. We've got everything now in place to really make a real go of the Premier League. I think when I look back, I think the Luton game with the Dabo penalty miss, I thought we exceeded expectations, in my opinion, back then. And that credits the job that Robbins did back then. But I think now, going up as we are, I think the club on and off the field is in such a stable place. It's just magic.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, like you say, with the playoff final, with the Dabo, we had a strong 11, didn't we? The 11 was just unreal. But as soon as anyone went off, I mean, I think Palmer came on and off in that game, didn't he? He hadn't kicked a ball for 3 months, and we weren't ready, were we? And but still, what great, the night at Middlesbrough away, you're never going to forget it. The Hamer goal, what a goal, that was up there with one of the best ones, But I can't take the playoffs again. I think Sunderland away took my shine away from the playoffs last season, But again, we weren't ready then. We were nowhere near. But are we ready now? That's the question, boys, isn't it? Are we ready now?
Well, at least we're in it. That's one thing we can say.
And we're in it. And like you say, I think whoever owned that ground has to own the football club. And for the first time that's happened, then you can see, the money's coming into the club. You got to take that there in the next week or a couple of weeks' time. So the club are going to be making money off that indirectly, and it's like you say, it's all moving in the right direction. But we deserve it. We do deserve it.
And let's face it, when we have played the Premier sides in the FA Cup, I think of Wolves 3-2, probably one of my favourite away days out.
What a day! Yeah, what a day! Yeah.
I think of obviously the Man United game at Wembley when we won 4-3. So forget about VAR.
But you know what? There's so many games, isn't there? You couldn't even pick your top 10, really. I don't think, Wow. But it's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Still very still fresh at the moment, isn't it? So
you just don't. You kind of. I don't know about you. I was like going to work on was it yesterday on Tuesday? I was like a real I'm just want to enjoy. I just want another day off just to enjoy Monday. If I could have stayed, I could have stayed out. If I could have stayed on Monday out till early hours in the morning. It was just one of them days. You just didn't want it to end. It was a brilliant day, and it would always stay. It'll always stay for the memory. It'll stay with to the day I die, kind of thing, as it will for all of us, and everyone else who's listening is as passionate and fervent about Coventry as we are. But
that's it. What game are you looking forward to most next year? What are you looking forward to, Mark? What will be your favourite game?
I guess, I mean, for me, I guess it's Arsenal because my family are Arsenal fans, so it'd be nice to get one over them.
Yeah. What about you, Cam? Cam, what ground are you looking forward to seeing the Sky Blues play at?
My best friend is a Chelsea fan, and I take joy in winding her up every chance I get. So Chelsea is the games
Chelsea
I'm
away.
looking forward to the most.
We might win there. You never know. Yeah, we might win there. Yeah.
Well, the way they're playing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think the one I'm least looking forward to is Ipswich.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we've won there before, haven't we? It's got to be.
About
I mean,
time.
what's
About
Villa
time
Park going to be like? Villa away. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that Viral Moldovan goal in the FA Cup.
I wasn't there that day. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either, but no.
Yeah.
And we owe them one after they sent us down in 2001 as well. So
yeah, not a nice day. Not a nice day at all. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anfield and going to Old Trafford and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, this is what being a fan's about. I mean, it is exciting times. I mean, I just want us to do justice. I want us to do well. We've all got to be realistic as fans. We're going to lose games, and I just hope the fans stick with the players. I think that's important.
I think
positive as much as can.
Yeah, and I think we've got to win that. You know, you got to finish 17th, haven't you? That's the key. Yeah. You know, you got to win that table of 4. You know, and I know that's a pretty negative approach, but you've got to get the point. But look at the points at the minute. Is it 41, 42 points? Might not even keep you up this year. It's crazy, you know, the Premier League. So yeah, who do you want to stay up? West Ham or Tottenham? Because I think it's out of them two. Who would you want to stay up?
I'll get my answer. I'd rather West Ham stay up.
Yeah, of course. The Arsenal connection. Yeah.
Well, bearing in mind, I grew up in Hertfordshire. Not many people would support Coventry, and they would all laugh at me being a Coventry fan.
Why? Why would you be a Coventry fan?
Yeah, I'll give you the answer to that question. It's quite a simple answer. I love the sky blue kit.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, it was the sky blue kit in 80. It's the one with Sam Allardyce played with the Umbro kit with the pinstripe.
How old are you, Mark? Jesus, I can't remember that.
I know I was a kid when I saw it in the program. I'm 44.
Yeah.
44.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I love sky blue kit. But anyway, so yeah, I'd like to see them go down because I'll be the one to last laugh. But also looking at it objectively, if they did stay up Tottenham, I think they'll do a lot better next season. I think financially they'll be a lot better, and I think they'll have a better season. So I think I think my head though says they stay up and West Ham go down.
I think so. Yeah, looking at it now, and I want to go to that ground, don't we? It's supposed to be the best ground in the world, apparently. Yeah. So another away day.
I would not wish West Ham Stadium on anybody. It's just a putrid mess.
Is it bad? Yeah, is it bad, Cam? Yeah, my best pal Jim. He's a season ticket holder at West Ham. Yeah, so he goes regular.
Like you have Upton Park, this beautiful ground with so much tradition, and then you move to an athletic stadium. And it's soulless. The seats are white. They've got no personality, and you just genuinely rather be somewhere else. It's genuinely the worst ground out of the 92, and by a distance, it's dreadful.
You convinced me now. I want West Ham to go down so we can go to Tottenham. I'm not bothered about going to West Ham now.
Okay, well, that settles it then. So I think we're happy. That settles that argument.
Sorry, West Ham fans, I respect your club, but your stadium is a dump. What
team do you want to see go up from the Championship with us and Ipswich?
Millwall.
That's a good question. Yeah, Millwall, proper football club. Yeah. I don't mind Middlesbrough either, and I think they've been knocking on the door a lot, haven't they? For me, they played some of the best football as well. Just couldn't really score in that final third towards the last quarter of the season. But yeah, I don't really care. I think Millwall in the Premier League would be. I don't think the Premier League would want that, but yeah, it'll be. Millwall. Yeah, Millwall for me. Yeah.
I think Southampton we get £10 million. Is that right?
What for?
I think it's
because Southampton are an existing parachute payment team.
Oh right, okay.
They went straight back down like Ipswich did.
Ah right, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
So do we get extra money for Ipswich going up with us then? Is that
I'm not really sure how it works, to be honest.
If anyone knows that, then please comment.
But to be perfectly honest, I'm looking at the season playoffs, and I'm just like, anybody apart from Southampton, I'd be okay with going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Southampton are the form team, though, aren't they? I mean, they were brilliant against us at the CBS. I know we lost the game 2-1, but that was a good game, and we nearly equalised, didn't we? And then I think Bristol City equalised against Middlesbrough, didn't they? And it felt like a win when we came out of the ground.
Yeah.
But I think Southampton. Yeah, I think I think they will win the playoffs, if I'm honest. But I'd like to see Millwall, because Millwall have done well. They've stayed there the whole time. We did the double over them as well. And we battered them at the Den, yeah. I remember, the midweek game, earlier in the season. So
I think my head tells me Southampton go up. I think they're just the form team at the moment. I just don't see one past at the moment.
Or Hull. Well, about Hull, you never know, do you? You know what I mean?
No,
I'm glad Wrexham didn't get in there anyway. I was quite happy about that.
I totally agree with that.
If Hull get in there, it's a mega achievement, because they had to work on a transfer embargo. They were only allowed to sign 3 loans all season, and if they go up despite working them back, then fair play, because that's a magnificent achievement.
I wonder if we'll go in for the lad from Hull, because we were in for him last year, weren't we? The centre half,
Charlie Hughes.
Yeah. So that might, because he wanted Premier League apparently. So yeah, you never know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
He might still come to us. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just trying to think of anything else to bring up. I think that's it. I'm running out of things to talk about now. I think we've covered everything.
Premier League. That's all that matters, boys, isn't it?
We are Premier League, as the chant goes. And it's still a surreal feeling. I think I'll be on cloud 9 until the start of the season, the Premier League.
Oh, it'd be lovely. Yeah.
I just want us to do justice. I think we can do okay this season. We've shown in the games in the cups we can stand toe to toe with clubs. So we beat Wolves. I know Wolves have gone down, but they were a Premier League side back then. We gave United a 3-goal head start, and effectively we beat them 4-3. I guess the downside of next season is the bloody VAR, which obviously we all detest. And
2 celebrations.
I'll be going rare. Just a rare goal, and it's a really loud ray when it is confirmed. It's just a bit farcical. I guess it'd be more Sunday games. The one I don't look forward to is a Saturday night 8:00 kickoff games, because they've had the TV have been having that, haven't they? Which I can't say I'm that excited about. Because I don't know. I just think Saturday should be an afternoon thing, personally. But
for at home, it'd be all for at home, wouldn't it? It'd be just late night getting back and stuff. But it's all part and parcel. But the TV money comes in, and it gives us probably more entertainment, doesn't it? So it's all pros and cons with it, really. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But Wednesday, the fixtures at the 19th of June. Someone said, or was it earlier than that when the fixtures come out?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Week earlier, isn't it? Because the Championship was always a week after. So
I'm going with it to get Man City at home first game.
Well, from memory, they normally do have the promoted side, don't they? On the Friday night, normally. I remember Brentford when they came up, I think, playing Arsenal on the Friday. So
I think
Liverpool at home, wouldn't it?
I think we get whoever wins the Premier League at the CBS on the opening day. Whether that's Arsenal or Man City, I think we get the champions at the CBS on the opening day on the Friday night.
See, it's surreal, isn't it? I just feel like I'm going to wake up soon. We're going to be the start of last season, but it's going to be great. For the kids, mate, who are up there now, it's going to be absolutely fantastic for them.
And that's the thing. It is the young generation that I'm most happy for, to see Coventry City, a Premier League club. And I think we've just got to hold our own. If we stay up next season, that to me is a bigger achievement than winning the league this season. And I think now it's about a legacy. We've got to set that legacy now. We've got to create a real legacy. We've got a massive opportunity. We've done really, really well to get to the Premier League. Let's create that legacy. Let's create generation of young Coventry fans to support the club. Don't support Man United or Liverpool like they have in the past. This club's got so much potential. It's got so much going for it. It's a great city. And, I'm hopeful that we will go there next season. No one expects us to do well. I'll just take 17th spot all day long, as you say, and then try and build from there. The pressure is off. The pressure's off next season, in my opinion. The pressure's off. we just got to do what we can do our best, and it's important as supporters that we stick behind the players, even when things aren't going our way. We just got to keep behind the team. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it. We just got to believe in ourselves.
Yeah, it's great. We're in a better position than we were, obviously, when we were in the Premier League last time. With it, like you say, the ground, just everything. The whole thing's moving in the right direction. And I think the day it really changed this season was when they announced that ground being bought before the QPR game. Even if we hadn't gone up this year, people said what was the best signing, but getting the ground. Because, if you're a player, you're coming here, you're seeing the stadium, it's it's going to be good. But it'll be interesting to see who we get in. What about Maddison? James Maddison maybe coming out. If Tottenham get relegated, well.
I have already headhunted somebody.
Go
on. His name is Kodai Sano. He is a 22-year-old central midfielder. He plays for NEC Nijmegen, who have had a splendid season, who are currently in a Champions League spot and could even make the Champions League come season end. He's got like an £8 million value, but I reckon £10 million gets him through the door. He's already made the Japan team, and he's just pulling the strings in that NEC midfield. And if you look at the success Sunderland have had with an NEC player in Robin Roofs, it's quite obvious that the NEC right now are producing some really talented players, despite working on maybe a fifth of the budget that the likes of PSV and Ajax work on.
Yeah. But I mean, there's going to be play, and you've got to be shrewd in there, aren't you? That's what you got to do. Buy players in at 5, 6, 7 million, and hopefully you follow what Brighton and Brentford have done, don't you? So will he cash in on Rodoni and Haji Wright and then reinvest like Sunderland did with Bellingham? And who knows? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be fun, but I'm sure we'll be loving the players, won't we? Whoever comes in, and they'll be heroes. So
I hope we almost play like we do this next season, be entertaining, and hopefully we'll get some results along the way. That's the thing. And if we do that, it's going to be a great ride.
If you're a top midfielder, you're going to want to come and play for Frank Lampard, aren't you? You can see what he's done with the likes of Rodoni, Torp, Eccles. You look at the development of them. So it's really.
I can't wait to sign Ross Barkley on a free, because it's going to divide the fans to the core.
No, I'm not even going to comment on that. Yeah. I would be divine, and I'll be I can't see him coming. Can you? I don't know. Who knows?
Never know. It's exciting times.
Unbelievable! Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be. We've got
a lot of time to debate about that. We've got pretty much we're in May. The season starts in August. We've got over 3 months.
3 months.
And we've got the small things of a World Cup to look forward to as well in between. All that fun.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Imagine,
Harry Kane is on fire, isn't he? Absolutely on fire. He's a 50-odd goals now.
Well, just imagine England win the World Cup as well. I mean, that would be, it's always that question. Would you rather Cov win the league and England win the World Cup? And both could happen at the same time.
I'm Scottish. That's an easy question.
Yeah, I know you don't like it. I know. You've upset.
Scotland.
That being said, I'd like to see Scotland and England run into each other. Imagine that dream battle: Harry Kane against Lawrence Shankland.
Yes.
There's only going to be one winner, isn't there? Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's Lawrence Shankland.
I'm not getting into it. I am half Scottish, you know what I mean? And I do get slated. I used to wear Scotland tops at school, so I have got an affection towards Scotland, but I am English, so I do support England camp. Yeah,
and I'm English as well, so yeah. But right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to end tonight's show. I want to say thanks, Rich, for coming on. Thanks, Cam, for coming on. It's been a great show. I hope everyone who's listened enjoyed it. It's been a long season, a really enjoyable one, obviously, for on the field. But off the field, the podcast, we really enjoyed having all the guests on. So thank you to all the guests that have been on this season. Thanks to everyone for your comments. Please like and subscribe to All Things Sky Blue on our YouTube, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok. Find us on our podcast channels, Apple, Spotify, etc. Sponsored by Right Steel Fabrication for all your fabrication needs across Coventry, Warwickshire area. Part of the Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery. Part of the Sports Social Podcast Network. and also sponsored by Sky and Friends Dog and Pet Walking Services. So without me say good night, have a great summer. We may be back at some point in summer to talk about players coming and going, so stay tuned for that. And never know, we may even have a World Cup show talk about England if that goes.
And Scotland, Cam, yeah.
Never heard of Scotland. Never heard of him. But we might talk about Scotland amongst
the Tartan Army. We'll have a say.
Yeah. Play out Sky Blues. We'll speak to you soon. Have a great evening and a great summer, everyone. Good night.
God bless.